Yes, good morning, class 6. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing great and taking care of yourselves and being healthy, safe, and happy at home and having all activities being taken care of. So, there will be some sounds today. There is some work going on, construction work going on, so there will be some problems in sounds, so you will have some issues. So we'll come to the three forms of chapter 3 of civics, the forms of government. We were there on the unitary and federal part. After that, we haven't done our written and unwritten constitution. I have explained it to you. And constitution, we'll do the unitary and federal. I had given you a basic explanation, but I have not completed it. So I'll just read through today and we'll complete the chapter, because explanation I've given you rigid and flexible constitution. What's a franchisee? We'll do that now. So page 195 on your civics, chapter 3, forms of government. When there is only one government for the whole country, it is known as a unitary form of government. This form of government makes and also executes the laws. Great Britain, China, and Chile are examples of such governments. They have the one form of government. In federal forms of government, the distribution of power is between the central and the state governments. Most of the laws that the central government makes apply all over the country. Laws passed by the state government apply only in the state. Examples of this form of government are India, USA, Switzerland, Nigeria and Brazil. Okay. What happens in the unitary? The whole country is known as a unitary form of government. There is only one government for the throughout the country. The rule is same. There will be no changing, and the government, the main government, makes and executes the laws. Great Britain, China, Chile are examples of such government. Unitary form of government. There's only one part for the whole country. But in a federal form of government, the distribution of powers between the central and the state government, like our central is Delhi. Delhi is the main source of our laws. Most of the laws that the central government makes apply over the country, but laws passed by the state government apply only in the state. They do not go all over the country. So examples of this form of government are India, USA, Switzerland, Nigeria and Brazil. Constitutions. A constitution is a set of laws, everyone knows that, which define how a state or country is governed. These rules state the distribution of power and authority within the country. The constitution also states the limit of this power and authority. The constitution also states the limit to this power and authority. All the institutions of the government work within the provision of the constitution. There are different types of constitutions, written and unwritten, rigid and flexible, that will come to. As per the book, like we go with the book, isn't it? We go with the routine. We do class wise. So same thing happens in the government also. The constitution is there, the laws are made. Now the country will run according to that. What is the written and unwritten constitution? In a written constitution, the fundamental principles of the government are formally written. The Constitution of India was prepared on 9th December 1946 and 26th November 1949 by the members of the Constitution Assembly. The Constitution of India was prepared between 9th December 1946 and 26th November 1949, between 3 years, was prepared by the members of the Constituent Assembly. The aims of the people and vision of the leaders are contained and protected in the Constitution. This helps to avoid any conflict of any kind. Their views, how people should be treated, how the country should be run, all those views are put in there so that there is no conflict problem between anybody. The British Constitution is an unwritten constitution and contains no single document. It consists of constitutional conventions and practices that have created precedents for the working of institutions, together with documents such as statutes and acts of the parliament. Now, whatever they have done, they haven't got a specific document, the British. Whatever they have done, or whatever the rules they have set up or they have done in the past, that's only they have it charted down on their paper. What are the acts of the parliament? That is a unwritten constitution. And India has a written constitution. Everything is on pen and paper. What is rigid and flexible? Rigid is always, hard, and flexible is you can change or you can adapt to anything. Flexible. The rigidity and flexibility of a constitution is reflected in the process of amendment. Written constitutions are rigid. Flexibility is there are some changes you can make. You can adopt, you can change, you can put into, you can add into, you can subtract. But in a written constitution, it is totally rigid, full and final. A rigid constitutions cannot be changed or amended easily. To make amendments in the constitution, specific procedures have to be followed. The central as well as the state majority is required to make changes or amendments in the constitution. The American and the Indian constitution are examples of rigid constitution. It's not so easy to change. Whatever is made is made. Both the central and the state have to decide, sit over, think. There are many procedures in a rigid constitution. A constitution that can be changed or amended easily without breaking its framework is called flexible constitution. The British Constitution is an example of flexible constitution. In a constitution where you can make changes according to the rules and regulations without breaking the actual framework of it, you can do that. That is called a flexible constitution that the British people have got, Britain has got. Franchise. Now, what is a franchise? Franchise means when applied to elections, one franchise we have is the main shop, and from there you take a sub outlet is called a franchisee. Franchise, you take a franchise of a business. The term franchise in election means the right of a citizen to vote. Franchise was once limited to citizens who could satisfy certain conditions such as education, possession of wealth and income. It was put into a slab, those who can take the franchisee or the franchise of voting. But adult franchisee is anyone can vote after a certain point of age. A vote enables citizens to choose the people who will represent them in the state assemblies. The vote gives citizens right to choose the people who will govern the country. If the citizens are not satisfied with these people, they can replace them at the next election. All depends upon the vote. In most democracies today, the right to vote is universal. Okay, the right to vote is universal. It is granted as fundamental right. Irrespective of race, ethnicity, class or gender, this is known as universal suffrage. You have done this in class 8 also. In class 5. Universal suffrage. There were people who fought for universal suffrage, that everyone should get the right to vote. The voting part is the only place in India when everybody stands together in the same line. There is no discrimination. Otherwise, everywhere there is. The first step towards universal suffrage was taken in the early 19th century. It focused on removing property requirements from voting purposes. In the late 19th century and early 20th century, the focus of universal suffrage was on giving voting rights to women. In fact, for a long time in many developed countries, women were not given the right to vote. Many societies in the past have denied people the right to vote on the basis of race or ethnicity. For example, non-whites could not vote in the apartheid era in South Africa. The system came to an end with the first free multi-party elections in 1994 under Nelson Mandela. Most universal suffrage systems still exclude some voters. For example, many countries deny the right to vote to convicted criminals or mentally ill. Also, almost all countries deny the right to vote to non-citizen residents and the citizens below the age of 18. Okay, I'll come back in the next video.